Welcome to Urban Creative. In this video, I'm going to show my process for planting seeds. These are my seed containers. I got them from Kmart. I find this is the best way for me to store my seeds. And here you'll start seeing me pan around. I have a white table that folds out that I use. I just put a cloth on, get all my mini greenhouses, whatever different pots I'm using, and all the seeds I would like to attempt to grow. As you can see, there's a lot on the table here that I'm doing in this video. When I'm doing a task like this, I like to just sit in our den, have something playing on in the background. It's usually a YouTube video to do with gardening or cooking, something that I enjoy as I just plod along and create my little seed pots. As you can see here, I've got biodegradable pots. There are some cardboard ones, and there are some, I can't remember 100% what the little white ones are made from, but they are all biodegradable. And I'm just got them all filled with soil, and packet by packet, row by row, I'm just putting the seeds in sort of however I choose to. I have a lot of seeds that, due to being pregnant, having a baby, moving house, that have just been sitting for a while. So I'm trying to get a whole heap of them planted. Some of them may not germinate, and that's okay. Hence why you will see in some of the pots I'm definitely putting more seeds than I should. Again, a lot of these seeds are on the older side, so I'm not sure if they're going to germinate. So that's one of the reasons why I'm doing this. I have my little containers, I have my seeds on the side, I have my mini greenhouses. Half of these I got from Aldi when they did their gardening sales last year, and the other half I did get from Bunnings. They are fantastic, especially for keeping seeds and starting seeds indoors, and that's what I am doing with all of these. They're indoor ones that I do put under grow lights. I have found grow lights have been a game changer this season for me. They have made a huge difference in my germination rate and just the health of my seedlings as they're starting out. The point in time that I'm actually doing all these little seed starts is back in August, and I'm posting this in November, so I can give an update on how a lot of these seeds went. I ended up having one of the little boxes you can see there of 2 types of corn. A lot of them did germinate, and they're currently in my garden, in my raised garden bed, so I was very excited about that. You can see there's 2 little tiny tomato plants in the right hand corner. Now these are volunteer tomato plants. I found them in another pot after we moved with the blueberries, I believe, and I've just repotted them to see what would happen. I have no idea what variety they are. I can say that one of them is also in the raised garden beds at the new property as well, and is doing really well, so that is great to see. Unfortunately, due to circumstances and potentially the age of these seeds, I did not have a huge amount of these seeds, this batch, germinate. I'd say I probably had about 60% germinate. Our weather in Victoria, especially in Melbourne, has been very up and down, and we've had some really hot days, and then it's dropped down to really cold. So I think that sort of affected it too. We've had some bouts where I forgot to water them, so that definitely did not help. And unfortunately, baby was sick for about a week, so I did sort of forget to and neglect to water these. So that all would have contributed to the germination rate. However, what did germinate and did well, I have planted out into the garden. So I'm very excited about that. Just off the top of my head, the main ones that did germinate, like I mentioned, was the corn. I had some beans, some snow peas that germinated really well, so they went into the garden. I also had some tomatoes that I mentioned and some zucchini that has gone into the garden. So I'm very excited to have them in the garden, grown from seed. I also did do a couple of flowers. I have a huge garden bed out the front of our property that is under our bedroom window, and I really wanted to fill that up with aloe vera and flowers. So the flowers that I did successfully manage to get germinated and make little seedlings from, I have planted out there. So I believe from memory I managed to do sweet pea, some cottage mix, and a few other bits and pieces that have germinated. So I'm very excited about that too. You've probably noticed with the smaller seeds especially, I have this pair of sort of tweezers that I use to place the seeds in. I just find it a lot easier than trying to shove my finger into the dirt and place them in the little pots. So it does make a real difference for me. I'm also making sure I label everything so I know what's growing and what I'm planting, to think about where it's going to go, and also making sure that once I've put the seeds in and covered them, that I give them a nice good water to start off hopefully well and germinate the best that they can. Moving forward with how I want to continue to do seeds, I do really enjoy using these biodegradable cardboard pots. However, I have noticed with especially the larger ones that they are prone to growing fuzzy mold, which is not appealing, and they do tend to disintegrate quite quickly when they're getting wet. So it's made it a little bit difficult for transplanting because the whole thing just sort of falls away. So I have been doing some research, and I've been looking at some reusable natural silicone versions of these pots that I might grab some and have a go at them moving forward, and just thinking about being able to reuse stuff and being a bit more sustainable. I have also purchased a seed blocker, I think it's called, where you pack the soil in and it makes like little cake blocks that you can grow in. So I will also be giving that a go to see how effective that is and how that works for making seed blocks and doing seed starts. There you have it. That is pretty much my entire setup for how I do seeds. Once I finish doing all of these, I will put the lids on and put them under the grow lights and just keep an eye on them and keep the grow lights on them continuously, non-stop, until they have germinated for a day or two before I start sort of doing a timed lighting plan, I guess you would call it. And I will do a video about the setup that I've got. I've just got a makeshift one at the moment. I'm looking at upgrading that to make it a little bit more practical and a bit easier. Thank you for joining me as we went along with this little seed starting journey. As always, thank you for joining me. Like and subscribe if you'd like to see some more gardening videos and how I choose to do gardening and the things that I do. And please feel free to leave a comment down in the comment section with ideas, tips, or suggestions. I'll see you next time. Bye for now.